So you're listening to English voiceover of this video, which is originally in Dutch. We've arrived at the embroidery frame and the fabric is mounted to the frame. There'll be another video about how to mount the fabric to the frame. And this fabric is not really tight enough, but for this video it will do. You really want to have a really tight fabric to your frame, so almost like a drum, because that works easiest. You can also use a hook or other frames. I'll also make a separate video on that. Most importantly is that the fabric is really tight. So we'll start with the holder and the hook. The hook is really a very small, like a crochet hook, and it's important that the hook is pointed towards the little tightening knob. This way, when you push the needle through the fabric, you'll always know which side the needle will be and on which side the back of the needle will be. Because if you pull it out the wrong way, then your hook will get stuck in the fabric. So it's important to mount your hook to your holder the right way. So the first thing to do is just to push the needle down and pull it up again. And when you don't do it right, the hook will get stuck in the fabric. So to be able to pull it out, you have to push backwards a little bit, so to the other side of the knob, because then you'll push towards the back of the hook and it won't get stuck. And first thing to do is just to try and push it through and pull it out again a few times to really get the feeling on how the needle will come out and how it will get stuck. So that's the first thing to do. Then we'll add some thread. We'll have a separate video on how to attach the thread and detach, so the start and the end. But I'll just start right now so I can show you the chain stitch. So this is not the official start. So we'll start with pushing the needle down, and we'll work without beads and sequins because it's really important to get to know this chain stitch. So you push the needle down with the knob forward, so in the direction working, push it down. On the bottom side of the fabric, you wrap the thread around the needle, around the hook, and right now we're wrapping counterclockwise, and that means we'll also have to turn the holder counterclockwise. So we turn the knob counterclockwise, and then when the knob is pointed backwards, you can pull it up. And then turn the knob back clockwise. So that's your stitch. We'll do it again. Push down, wrap counterclockwise, and turn holder counterclockwise and pull up. So you have to push back or forward, in this case a little bit, so the hook won't get stuck, and then turn clockwise. Push down, wrap counterclockwise, turn holder counterclockwise, pull up and turn clockwise. And that's really the basis of this chain stitch. When you know how to do this, well, it's really 80% of the difficulty you're controlling. And when you're adding beads and sequins, it will be a little bit more difficult, but this is really the most difficult part. So it's really important to practice this. And when you're making a pattern, you will also be making circles or corners in your design. So it's also important to try and test that. The other thing you can do, I show you how to do counterclockwise, but you can also wrap clockwise. And then you'll have to turn your knob also clockwise, pull up, and turn back counterclockwise. So the way you wrap your thread defines which way you turn your holder. So wrap clockwise, pull up, and turn back counterclockwise. And it's really important to also practice both ways, clockwise and counterclockwise, because when you're working in a design, it gives you a lot of freedom if you can do both. It gives you movement freedom. So the way you wrap your thread really defines how you have to turn your holder. And if you do it wrong, you see you will get an extra turn in your chain stitch, and that doesn't look so nice. It will give extra turns in your embroidery. And this is really important to really practice well. You can make large chain stitches and small ones and try to get your speed up. Clockwise, counterclockwise, just really practice this very well, because when you know how to do this, then yes, adding sequins and beads will be easy. And that's really it. Oh yeah, you can draw a line. You can see there's a line drawn on the fabric with just a normal pencil. You can try and follow that line. It's also nice practice. Yeah, we'll get some more videos on how to attach and detach, about videos on the embroidery hoop and how to mount it, and yeah, of course, video on how to add the beads and sequins. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.